Last week was 4 lines, this week we got 5, but that hasn't stopped me from doing the usual coverage, and there's actually some interesting bits in here, so let's get into it right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee, sign up now, and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey. About a week ago, we got the meme returnal of what you see is what you get. Never gets old. And it pretty much means that what you see is pretty much nothing. This post by The Only Spiro shows how an HE explosion made it impossible to spot the CT. So what, you're thinking? That's fine, as long as the CT wasn't able to see any... okay. Yeah, that is a problem indeed. Again, this was a trending Reddit post, and with any trending post, Valve are at our rescue, since now we got ourselves a fixed one-way visibility for players inside HE grenade explosions. If you're wondering how it looks, here's my budget showcase, but it should give you an idea of the improvement. I would have to say with this cheap example that the person inside the explosion might have slightly better visibility in this exact scenario, but the point is that it's way more fair now compared to what we saw in this example. So overall, great update. And the streak is on, since next update is actually a banger as well. This one's easy to miss if you're often booting up the game in casual mode, but if you set it to competitive mode, you'll immediately notice something new on the top HUD. Yes, this was added in today's update. Here's how it looks with a team full of bots. And here's how it looks when players take damage. Having more information like this is always welcome. Honestly, it's a pretty big quality of life update. Sure, you could rely on the health bar in the past, but this certainly makes it way more clearer. Valve referred this bad boy as when equipment info is shown for players at the top of the HUD, their health bars expand to show numeric health values. Now just below this one we have some reduced hitches caused by HUD elements appearing, and I unfortunately lacked the screenshots, so I guess I won't be getting the UAV, but it sounds good on paper. But next is also a banger, since we're now looking at the graphics category of this update, and you want to strap yourself in for this one. The patch note reads, added a separate dynamic shadows advanced video setting with the option sun only or all. Now as you boot up the game, under settings in the new tab, you'll see dynamic shadows. The description reads, select the light source for which dynamic objects such as players and smoke cast shadows, to which it further adds sun only can improve performance but might leave you at a competitive disadvantage, especially indoors. If we look at the setting more closely under video, you can see that you have sun only and all, which by the way, all is the default option. Alongside this setting, we see some changes to the preview map on the left to help better see the changes, but I'm just going to show you in game and explain what you should use. This is a good example right here where your shadow is revealed by other players. Now if you change the dynamic shadow settings from all to sun only, the shadow will no longer appear indoors, but other players can still see the shadow. If you go outside, you can clearly see the shadow. This is why it's called sun only, since it only casts your shadow outside. But you should absolutely keep the setting on all so you can see your own shadow indoors. Now the real good news with this setting is that today, after this update, you can set global shadow quality to low and you'll still be able to see all of the dynamic shadows. This was previously being gate-kept by global shadows, and it required you to have it on high or above to see, well, all the dynamic shadows. So having it on low will greatly boost your performance while still retaining the advantage of seeing enemies' shadows thanks to the new setting. Be aware that the shadow quality indoors is worse with global shadows set to low. Outdoors doesn't seem to be that bad. To keep it short, set global shadows on low and leave dynamic shadows on all if you want to get the best performance and still see all the shadows. This might be hard to believe, but Valve are always looking at what the community wants and needs, and one of the biggest cries for help has been the performance of the game. I even spoke about this last video. With dynamic shadows now being a separate setting, it is no longer controlled by the big old global shadows, which might have been a huge performance thief in the past, so really, we should be thanking Valve for this one. And finally, we get to this patch note stating add a left hand to Bowie knife view model. Now, since I'm not into skins, I was confused by this one, thinking that there was a problem with the left-handed view model for the Bowie knife. To my defense, the molly is stuck on right hand, so I just assumed that it was a similar case, but I was wrong, since they literally added a left hand to anyone using a Bowie knife. Interesting change, which I kinda like. And apparently a lot of the community agrees. But please comment down below what you think of this update. If you managed to stay with me until the end, thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.